Hello T3 Arena, this is LazyCast. T3 Arena is a fast-paced game. I'm sure at some point you regret making certain decisions that make you lose a match. So in today's video, we're going to talk about 8 mistakes you don't want to make. These will be more general mistakes to avoid and would apply in most game modes, maps, and heroes. If you have experience with other mistakes, just drop a comment below and discuss with the community. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. The first mistake is to only rely on auto-fire. While auto-fire is a great feature to help you deal more damage, overall, you may also miss the right timing to take down the opponent. This happens particularly with projectile weapons or those with AoE damage. A great example is Christina. Christina's weapon has a major delay between her attack and when it actually hits the enemy. You want to manually fire the bombs to where you think the opponents might be coming from and make sure that they discover the targets and hit preemptively. Kazama and Chemist as well also have a similar situation, so don't rely too much on auto-fire and adapt by learning to fire manually. The second mistake is to go lone wolf. It's not always a mistake, but in general, going into enemy's territory alone is a risky move. For flanks, it's definitely great to fight alone at times, but it's a mistake to not play by your teammates' status and position. For example, when you know that all of your teammates are down, you shouldn't be going head-to-head on the opponents because you'll likely be facing a full stack team alone. Instead, you should wait for your teammates to respawn and attack when your team is ready. This applies even to flanks because they tend to have lower HP. You want to make sure that you get enough support from your teammates so that you can deal your damage without fear. The third mistake is not reloading. It's very common to forget reloading when you're disengaged. Being disengaged can mean many things. 1, it can mean the tiny bit of spare time in the middle of a fight. Or 2, you deliberately leave the battle to safety. Or 3, you're not fighting at all. All of these disengaged instances are a good chance for you to reload. To reload like a pro, the first thing you should do is get used to the reload time for the heroes you use. This will give you a clear idea of whether you have enough time to reload given a certain instance. For example, Iris has a super long reload time, so you should minimize reloading during a fight and maximize your reloads when you're completely disengaged. You should reload as much as possible as long as you know you have enough time to do so. The fourth mistake is rushing to get the health pack when you don't really need it. This mistake is not only fatal for yourself, but also your teammates. Since there is a cooldown time for different types of health packs, you should make sure that their impact is maximized within the 3 to 5 minutes of battle. For example, if your health is nearly full or if your shield is charging up, you should let another teammate get the health pack first, especially if they're low on HP. But there's an interesting contradicting strategy. A lot of people do this in MOBA games, and it also applies to T3 Arena. So remember, if you know your opponents are gaining ground, you should take whatever health pack you see available in opponent's territory. This will minimize the amount of health your enemies can recover and will in turn give you a temporary advantage.
Feel the gravity.
The fifth mistake is pressing the ability buttons whenever they light up. Sometimes it's like a compulsive behavior. You just want to press it when it lights up and just use it right away. This mistake is particularly fatal if your hero has super long recharge time. One classic example is Ruby's ultimate ability, Secret Bolt. If you use your ultimate too soon, you'll be cornered in a bad situation where you now need to use it, but it's still charging up.
Double crystal.
The sixth mistake you can make is forgetting to check the enemy attack indicator. When you're attacked, you'll see a red circle in the center of the screen. You'll also find a red arrow on the edge of the circle which indicates where enemy attack is coming from. Now, a lot of people forget to check this arrow, particularly when they're ambushed and are just so scared. Now, not checking this arrow means you're not making the right decision to fight or flee. You could either be fleeing towards the wrong direction, or you could miss the opportunity to counterattack. For example, you should fight instead of flee if you're a Vanguard hero and the enemy is actually not that far away. So don't forget to check where the attack is coming from every single time you're attacked. The 7th mistake is playing too far away from covers and barriers. A lot of players would just walk across the street just like that, and that's fatal. You'll be so prone to attacks, you'll get knocked out in no time. We designed the map so that there are many covers across all maps. For example, you can stay close to the little boxes whenever you go, or you can stay close to a wall so you don't easily get exposed to attacks from all sides. But one thing to remember when you're trying to ambush the enemy: these covers often come with an open area on the other side, meaning you might be attacked from behind. So make sure you keep rotating your camera all the time and look if you're actually the one being ambushed. Finally, the last mistake we want to share today is assuming that others won't see you if you don't see them. That happens a lot when two long-range damage heroes play hide-and-seek with each other, particularly because T3 Arena is a TPS game. Players can easily see from different angles. This means that your opponent might actually be in the right spot to find you, even if you think you're hiding behind a wall or something. This also brings us back to the 7th mistake, where there is usually an open area around a cover, meaning you're still prone to attack from a different angle. So don't assume that you're invisible to the others, even if you don't see anyone from your angle. So there you have it, 8 mistakes not to make in any T3 Arena game. Again, these mistakes generally apply to any hero or any game mode or any maps you're playing, so I hope you find them useful. There are certainly more mistakes you can make in T3 Arena, so if you think of any, drop a comment below and let us know. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss out on future updates. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!